Hi there, this is Chirag Desai from Rightway Visa Consultant Nicole. Welcome to all of my students, and this is the very first introductory lecture for IELTS orientation. Students, IELTS is one of the most proficient English proficiency test which has been conducted by various reputed institutions in order to prove your English proficiency, which is a mandatory compulsion if you want to go into English speaking countries, either to study or to settle over there. So let's start, students. I'll share you. As you know, we are situated in Nicole, and you can also note down our phone number. This is my office phone number, 9724 66006. Now, what is IELTS basically? I told you that IELTS is, like very prominent uh, English language test, which has been accepted either to work for study or maybe for migration purposes in various countries like Australia, United States of America, Canada, New Zealand, Europe in case if you want to go, right? This test is jointly, like combinedly, it has been owned by three institutions, that is IDP, IELTS Australia, British Council from UK, and Cambridge English Language Assessment. These three institutions, they conduct, administer, own this examination. Well, it is been accepted by many of the countries around. It has been accepted by more than 10,000 colleges and universities across the globe. And believe me, students, IELTS is one of the most popular English proficiency test. As I told you, it has been accepted widely. Now in IELTS, we need to give an examination either in two modules. It is mean like academic and general. Those people who want to take examination of IELTS test in academic module, they are heading towards student visa. And those people who want to head or take IELTS for PR purposes, they need to take IELTS in general version. As you can see, there are four papers, four communication skill test papers. So listening, reading, writing, and then speaking, right? In listening, the duration of the test is around 30 minutes, and 10 minutes they'll give you for some, like transferring the answers. There are four sections and 40 questions are there. Reading also, the duration of the test is around 1 hour. They'll give you three reading passages, and based upon those passages, you need to take 40 questions. In writing, they'll give you two tasks. In task one, for academic version, you need to summarize a report which has been based on any pictorial entity like graph. It may be a bar chart, a pie chart, table, picture, map, or diagram, and you should write at least 150 words. Whereas in case of general version, you have to write a letter. As far as task 2 is concerned, it is a common task for both academic as well as general, and it is essay writing. And you need to take essay and write at least 250 words. Duration of the test is again 60 minutes. Speaking is conducted on an alternate day, where you will face a certified examiner, speaking examiner, and the duration of the test would be around 11 to 14 minutes, right? And the speaking test is fragmented into three different parts. The first part will be examiner will be asking you some of the questions pertaining to you, your hobbies, your workplace, maybe your academic life, your household, your city. Second part would be that of cue card. They'll forward a piece of paper in front of you, and you need to speak on that topic for 2 minutes. And last but not the least, They'll ask some of the follow-up questions based upon a response to the cue card. So the total duration of IELTS students, it is around 3 hours, to be very precise, around in and out of 3 hours, right? Now let's move on with the individual papers, and what compels and forces the instructors or the examiners to give you bands. What are the criterias that make up the bands? As far as speaking is concerned, I told you that if you speak, there are 4 speaking criteria which instructor would be considering for to give you bands, and those are fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Like for example, if I want to explain you the fluency and coherence. So fluency means if you talk, with a basic levels of continuity, without any hesitations or without any ums and ums. Secondly, coherence means how fully, the topics are developed, how you developed your content, and also how you sequence them logically, and how you actually mark the stages of the narration, and how you pinpoint to a particular in a particular way, right? So using various conjunctions and connecting words and some of the signaling words, you can actually build a strong content, and you can actually pronounce it. So all these skills are tested, and based upon this, your fluency and coherence will be examined. Second is lexical resource. Guys, it is a range of vocabulary, how many words, or what more words of English how what more words or synonyms you can speak about, right? So it is in certain context, you are speaking a word, you're utilizing generation 1 vocab or generation 2 vocab. All this matters. It also matters with the expressions, right, without any repetitions. uh, it is also they'll also monitor the style and collocation, and they'll also check your ability to paraphrase. Third criteria for speaking is grammatical range and accuracy. Of course, you need to speak in a proper grammatical sequence. They'll also uh, check whether you use some complex structures, and they'll also check out for the sentence structures. As far as criteria 4 is concerned, it is regarding pronunciation. So English is totally developed, on a phonological feature, and you need to speak the language or the words in a particular syllable or a particular phonetics. So whenever you're speaking, you need to speak. For example, I'll give you an example. When we talk about a future career, most of the students, they mispronounce it by carrier. So it's not a carrier, but it is career. Again, THIS, it is this, and THESE, it is these. The students also, they make mistakes while pronouncing these words. They pronounce these. It should not be like this. It's like this, these, this, these. So all things matter upon this. Let's proceed further, students. Now let's come down to listening. In listening, you'll listening is all about, you'll hear some of the recording, and the speakers inside that audio clips would be the foreigners, the people with native speakers of the language. They'll speak in 4 different audio clips. You have 40 questions to answer it, 10 questions per each section, and you need to answer and transfer the answers on an answer sheet, and they'll allow you 10 more minutes. So in listening, what to prepare and what should be our advice to you is that They inside, if you experience and you'll experience the listening audio clip, they give you time to look on the questions. Use that time to read the questions and also see the topics. Not only this, underline the keywords which can help you focus on the questions once the audio clip starts. uh, think of the synonyms also, like of content. And sometimes, like, all the questions, they follow the order of the audio clip, so don't worry. There is nothing that the sequence can be breached, or there is nothing, the entire audio clip will go on as per question number 1, 2, 3, and so on. Also stick to the word limit, right? uh, some questions, they'll give you one condition that write no more than 3 words or 4 words. So don't worry and stick to that rule. Also, don't copy across extra words, like, just to fill in more space, right? And intonation also helps. If you keep on speaking and intonate it, it will also help you guys. Let's move on to the very third paper, reading. Reading is the second paper on the big day of LRW, right? And uh, again, there are two sets of papers for two different versions as far as academic and general is concerned. Things are same. They'll give you three comprehensions or three passages. The the strength of the passage would be 800 to 1000 words in length. So in total, you have to read, interpret, and answer three passages in 60 minutes, right? There are questions based upon these passages. On an average, 12 to 13 questions are asked per passage. So you have to read first passage, interpret it, go through the questions, 13 questions, answer it, go to the another passage, and so on, right? Academic reading is based upon, for like for general audience, whereas general reading is based upon some work related situations. What skills are tested? Skills, scheming, scanning, and reading for detailed skills are tested. Again, this is not your knowledge, it actually tests your reading skills. So when we start the coaching in the upcoming lectures, we will teach you how to skim the passage, how to scan the passage in order to get maximum bands in reading. Students, once again, I'll tell you, reading is one of the most haunted and tough question paper as far as IELTS test is concerned. It requires lots and lots of concentration and readiness to solve the questions. So please concentrate while you go through the reading lessons later on. Uh, well, this is our strategy, basically, that you go through the questions first and then scheme the test. So it will help you to understand and combine both the questions as well as the content into the reading passage. Also look for the glossary of some specialist or some technical terms, right? For example, uh, if you go through the glossary for, let's say, accounting, so you'll come across various words such as balance sheet, profit and loss, liability, credit, debit. So all these things help. So if you encounter any of the reading passage pertaining to accounting, this will help you a lot in solving the questions. And if you don't know anything about any word, don't worry, because the level of the reading passages would not be that much technical. Also, don't waste your time on a single question which you struggle on. If you are struggling on a question, if you are not, like, determined regarding the answer of that question, please move forward and later on come to this question after solving all the questions, right? Every questions give you 1 mark, right? So uh, if you want to, if you're aiming for IELTS 7, you cannot afford more than 6 to 7 errors. I mean to say, out of 40 questions, you need to score at least 33 marks, 33 correct questions. So in order to get 7 bands. Guys, let's move on to writing again. Writing is different for academic students as well as general students. Uh, Task one, I already told you that you need to summarize a report in academic version, and in task two, you have to write an essay, right? Uh, in general version, you need to write a letter, and in the task two, you need to write an essay. So in total, you have to write 400 words at least in 60 minutes. Writing criterias, 4 criterias are there, right? We'll go through further with it. The first one is called task achievement. As far as academic task one is concerned, they will check whether you responded and addressed to all the requirements of the task in a proper manner. If they found it, they'll give you the bands. They'll also check whether the overview of your answer captures the main trends or differences or the main stages of the question. Again, they'll give you the bands. And they'll also check down whether all the key features are presented and highlighted by the student. For general versions, you know you have to write a letter, so they'll clearly check out whether the purpose of writing the letter is clearly shown by the student or not, and whether right format is used for that, right? Also, they'll check down the tone of the letter, whether it is continuous, consistent, and appropriate. Also, in the task one, once the main feature is there, they'll also give you the bullet questions. So how fully the student has developed all those bullet questions will also be checked in order to give you bands for this particular criteria. Now let's move on to the second criteria for IELTS writing. It is coherence and cohesion. So they actually want to check down whether your answer is, like in an orderly fashion or not, how skillfully you have paraphrased all the paragraphs, and how skillfully you have connected all the paragraphs. Not only this, they'll also check down the sequence of your answer, whether you introduced the topic fully, how logically they are connected with each other, right? Whether you use some connectives, pronouns, conjunctions in order to make the relationships between all the sentences very clear and conceptual to the examiner. Third criteria, guys, is lexical resource. Lexical resource is, again, they will check on whether the student possess variety of words, a variety of synonyms, and a variety of collocations and style in order to make their answer more creative and referential to the question. Fourth criteria, students are grammatical range and accuracy, that is GRA. Again, they'll check down whether you have utilized the correct tenses, you have utilized the correct structure of those tenses. Not only this, they'll also check down whether a sentence is a complex sentence, whether a sentence is a simple sentence, and they'll also check down the punctuation. As far as task 2 is concerned, the first criteria, they'll check down whether all the parts of the essay question are being addressed. Have you clearly showed your position, right? If the essay question is regarding agree or disagree, have you clearly shown your position, whether you agree completely or you agree partially or disagree or what, right? How the main ideas they are relevant, have you like given down all the ideas and uh, sufficiently extended those support with supported ideas, right? So this is the main thing in task achievement, that they'll see whether you have introduced the topic, you have spoke written it in with detailed structure, and you also given a nice conclusion. So task achievement criteria is regarding all of these things. Second criteria, third criteria, and fourth criteria are they are same, that is coherence and cohesion, that is CC. LR, lexical resource, which we have talked about earlier in this lecture. And fourth one is GRA, that is grammatical range and accuracy. So all these three criteria are also same as far as writing is concerned. Students, this is one of the most important part. In writing, Task 1 has the weightage of 1 is to 3 of the total marks. That is, if we consider total 9 bands of writing, then you can score maximum 3 bands if you write task 1. And task 2 contains 2 is to 3 of the total marks. That is, task 2 you can actually get 6 bands. So the weightage of task 2 is double than that of task 1. So you should always give priority and preference to task 2 if you really want to score great bands. Well, there are different strategies. First of all, this is a language preparation. It is not a knowledge-based examination. So you should always, give plenty of time for preparation in order to develop your skills as far as reading, writing, listening, and speaking is concerned, right? And most most prominently, you should utilize each of these four skills on a daily purpose. Join some authentic coaching center for IELTS training or PTE training. Rightway is one of among them. It is one of the authentic coaching centers for English proficiency. And here we have started online coaching too. So you can get the expertise of Rightway IELTS Academy just by sitting at your home. You should also focus on aspects of language and also can identify recurring errors, right? If you feel that you're hesitating a lot, then you can identify those errors that you are hesitating a lot in speaking, and then you can focus on that. Not only this, our IELTS trainers, our certified IELTS trainer will also help you in rectifying these errors on a one-to-one basis once you enroll this lecture. Also know how you will be tested, whether you'll be tested in formal manner assessment criteria. We have two ways of testing you people. We have the mock test, which you can actually solve those mock tests. Not only this, we have some assessment criteria. Once you submit your writing to us, we will we will check and assess your writing. We will not only this, we will take online speaking test for you, and we will assess your preparation and performance. Practice using reputable IELTS books and websites, which we will guide you. There are various sources of IELTS books and websites on our website too. Not only this, we'll also give you a guidance regarding different books and websites to surf on. Take the test, it's I have seen many people who believe that, oh, I have not done my schooling in English medium. I am from Gujarati medium or Hindi medium or any vernacular medium. How can I pass IELTS if I don't know or I have a mediocre language and knowledge of the language of English? Should not worry. You should not have the tendency that I'll take 4 times, 5 times IELTS, I'll take the test, and ultimately it will improve and I'll get better marks or bands. No, it is not that, right? You should not cram also, because it is a test, it is not a knowledge based examination. There is not a confined book made which we can tell you definitely that questions are going to come from this book only. Not in this world can actually give you. It is like an open ended test. It is a competitive test. You need to develop your skills in order to excel and get great bands in IELTS. This is one of the criteria which has been given by British Council and Cambridge School of Languages. Uh, you know that there is no pass or fail in IELTS, students. You need to score out of the 9-band scale, and 6 bands is one of the biggest milestones. If you get 6 bands, then if you are aiming for a student visa or PR, you are actually getting through it. So 6 bands, it's their call is as competent user. It means that you have general effective command over the language despite some accuracies, inappropriacies, and misunderstandings of the language. But you can use and understand fairly complex language, right? Which has been used in familiar situations while you go over there. 7 bands, 8 bands, and 9 bands. It means good user, very good user, and expert user, respectively. So these are some of the things which you need to do. I hope that it was a nice session with you. And if you go through this lecture, and if you face any of the problem, please let us know. Thank you very much.